interrogation of the trespasser from Monarchy Land.
Where are you from?
I am from Monarchy Land.
What is the name of your Prime Minister?
The king.
What is the name of your Defense Minister?
The king.
What is the name of your Finance Minister?
The king.
Who is your king now?
Son of our previous king.
Looks like everything is controlled by kings in your country. Let me ask one final question. Who cooked your breakfast this morning?
The king. Oops. No. My cook did that.
Thank God.
This is the interrogation of the trespasser.
Government. 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 We hear this word so often. But what exactly is a government? What does it do? You know, I think the king said it best. It is something that people need to set up to make rules and ensure that all people follow them. Governments can be of different types, but the two most common forms of government that are left today are monarchy and democracy. In a monarchy, the government is usually headed by a single person called a king or a queen. When the king or the queen dies, his or her son or daughter or a relative takes over the government. Other people cannot become rulers unless they manage to kill the king and replace him or her. Or if the king decides that he's had enough ruling and he steps down from the throne. Initially, most of the governments were monarchies. But as time passed, the monarchs became more and more powerful, and then they started to ignore the lives of the people they ruled over. This led to a change in people's ideas about monarchy. Why is this guy enjoying for so many years while we are starving and dying? I am tired of seeing the same family rule us all the time. They don't even do anything for us. We don't want this guy. And if this guy's son turns out to be a fool, we will suffer again. Get down from that chair. Let us get rid of this government. Let us get rid of kings. Down, down, get down. Down, down, get down. Down, down, get down. Okay. You can have your own government now. I'm going. Goodbye. Yes! In a democracy, people are ruled by chosen leaders. People living in a country choose their leaders and send them to run the government. After every 4 or 5 years, the selection process is repeated. People can either continue with their old rulers or replace their rulers and select new ones if they're not happy with the earlier government. This practice of selecting people who run the government is called election. Election. Come on, say it with me. Election. Elections ensure that no king-like figure gets to rule the country forever. Elections ensure that the government listens to problems and opinions of the people. If they don't do that, they will be rejected by the people in the next election. Does that seem like a good idea? Who is above the age of 18 years can vote. Your wealth, your gender, your criminal record, your height, your weight, your mother tongue, your hairstyle, nothing matters. This was not the case in the past. In the earliest democracies, only educated men who owned property were allowed to vote. This meant that women, people who didn't own any property, the poor, the uneducated, none of them were allowed to vote. Slowly, thankfully, people realized that restrictions on voting was not such a great idea. So they decided that everyone can vote. In fact, women had to fight a long battle to get the right to vote in many Western countries which had become democracies. For example, the United States of America became a democracy in 1776. American women got the right to vote only in 1920. Not that fun, I guess. Independent India was conducted in 1951. All citizens above the age of 21 were given the right to vote. Later, that age limit was reduced to 18 years. The idea of giving all adults the right to vote is called universal adult franchise. How old are you right now? Count the number of years you have to wait before you get to vote for the first time.